line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying to look for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Maconi Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at Maconi Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, Maconi Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to MaconiSetupShop.com and learn why Maconi Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
And hello again, everyone, and welcome back here to PTM Racing TV, where we're live here tonight at Thompson Speedway, where we're going to see the Super Late Models division of Pedal to the Metal Racing League go at it once again here on a short track style course with these SLM Series. Hi everyone, I am Chris the Crusader Shriver. Welcome back to the show as always. As we get settled up and ready to go for tonight's action, let's look down here on the Pottlez Wrapz gridding order. as I will be joined with my good friend Sparky Sparkalicious here in just a moment. Let's see who we got on the lineup. Starting on the pole, Keith Checkmate Taylor will be in the 8. Is outside. Cindy the Closer Taylor, number 7. Right number 2 is Robert Kahn. The old rattlesnake of the 21 is outside. Matthew Hoffer in the 84. Right number 3 is Jeffrey Todd Tufts in the 72 is outside. This 83 of Brian Healy. Row number 4, it's Chantel the Throttle Bottle on the 5 to her outside. Chad Lancaster in the 22. Row number 5, Joe Nuttleman in the number 4 to his outside. It's going to be Jason Reif in the 54 to round out our field as Sparky joins me here in the booth right now. And Sparky, what a lineup we got going on here tonight. Fast-paced cars on a short track style. These are what these cars are made for, and that's where the hecticness comes in, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of a style track that these cars pretty much are going to be accustomed to, and it looks like these guys during the earlier practice seemed like they were really getting a good feel for these cars here at this racetrack here. So it looks like these guys should be able to handle it here now. It looks like we have a good race here.
For sure there. Right now they're getting all settled up and taken care of here on the track right as they come out of turn 3. They will get the go to green here in just a little bit as they line them up out of the turn. Looking for the green flag to fly on. Now the lights are coming on this time by folks. We're green flag racing. Here we go.
Here we go, heading down into turn 1. Keith Checkmate Taylor's going to hold on to the lead. The Rattlesnake Rob Kahn down on the bottom there on the inside of Cindy Taylor as they come off of turn 2.
Cindy the Closer Taylor out of turn 2. A little bit of a bump onto the wall protection of the 83 of Brian Healy. Sends her straight into turn 3. Didn't quite get it to stick though and ends up almost getting to Lancaster. Both drivers recovering nicely.
Indeed they are, and right now Healy's stuck on the bottom there as Matthew Hoffert's going to go around on the outside in the Haviland number 84 machine there, and he's going to go up into the 4th spot here.
The Haviland versus the Valvoline. This is going to be a battle of manufacturers and companies here, and right about now I think I got an idea there's going to be a little bit of Olean around somewhere in this building. There seems to be a little bit of trouble though down the front straightaway. The problem being Chantel the Throttle Bottle off the track, off pace. Not sure what happened here. We're going to the PTM Instant Replay to find out more here. Sparky, did you catch anything you saw there, my friend?
It looked like she might have gotten loose off of the corner there because she went right straight dead into the grass there.
Well, let's see right here, coming out of turn 3 into 4. Everything seems okay here. Overdrives it a little off turn 4. The tire spin, sends it into the wall protection, opens up her own lawn care service, and has to get put back in the pack here a little bit from the other rest of the field as we get back to the live feed here right now. Currently, Keith Checkmate Taylor still with the race lead there in the old Lightning McQueen Rusty's Medicaid bumper with whatever newer in formula, whatever the hell they put on that thing these days. And the Ford Performance number 7 is Cindy the Closer Taylor, his sister, following right behind him here.
Yeah, and based on the earlier practice from earlier too, those two cars, the 8 and the 7, pretty much were on top of the speed chart the whole time, and they were very consistent. So I think these two cars up here, not to give any jinx or anything right here, but these two cars, they look like they're going to be the show of the field here tonight, unless something goes wrong.
I could definitely concur with that there. They will definitely be trying to hold themselves out and about all the way through to the end and give themselves a little bit of a break or two. As you see, drivers having to go into pit road already. The throttle had it going quickly to get the damage fixed up. Not too happy about that as we now go on board to Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn. I made the joke with him earlier today. I said, hey, at least you figured out how to actually get your number down right on that car. He's usually with some other number that's not supposed to be on the show.
Yeah, that is something that he actually has his actual number. He's been number 21 for a while, but you wouldn't know it from these broadcasts because he's always had a different number every other week or so. But at least now we finally got him with the right number on the car for this show, at least.
We got him with the right number, got him with the right stuff, and hopefully everything will go his way a little bit easier now that he actually figured out how to run these things. But nevertheless, still a long way to go here. 110 laps of the distance here tonight on this very short track. This doesn't seem like very big of a track because really it's not supposed to be compared to the usual like cathedrals of art, if you will, if we put it that way, from the Texas Motor Speedways to literally the Daytonas that we ran on. It's a completely different environment here, isn't it, Sparky?
It is, and you know, judging by looking at this track, you would think it's almost kind of like a speedway type because it seems like they do have a little bit longer straightaway here. And then you got those tight corners, but those tight corners really make it feel like a short track because of how tight, and even with a little bit of banking in the corners here. But yeah, surprisingly, this is a smaller track. So yeah, Yeah, it is quite a difference from that big 1.5 mile track we were at last time in Texas.
Definitely there right now on the camera. We've got Joker Joe Nuttleman there in the old Heath Ledger Joker number 4 machine going to work here with the 54 and 6th place of Jason Wright. Wright right now trying to hold him off on the outside line, but he's in no man's land when you're up there. He's getting a little bit too far-fetched on his head there. Looks like Joe going to try to make the move on him, but unfortunately he can't get his campaign to work around as much as he would like it to.
No, it looks like if you are way down on the bottom here, it doesn't seem like you're able to get that grip to get up off the corner. It seems like you almost have to run a little bit of a right in that black sealer area, or maybe even a little bit off the groove a little bit to get that run off, because it looks like if you go too low here, it just doesn't seem like you get that rear grip that you need to get off the corner for.
Definitely doesn't seem to be that case either. There's a little bit of damage there on Joker Joe's left front corner there, and you can see it's definitely hurting him a little bit. But he's still making it work as well as he needs to. Jason Wright, though, giving him a major opening there out of turn 3 and 4, falls back behind, and now Joe will take over that spot as another battle rages on behind him. That's Chad Lancaster in that 22, and then right behind him, 72, and Todd Tufts here in the battle for 8th. Out of the 10-car field right now, Chantel lapped down, unfortunately, due to the circumstances she suffered there out of turn 4, but she's definitely pushing back into the field a little bit. We got old Stanley Chadwick coming in for the night.
Yeah, still plenty of time, though. She's only lost 1 lap here, so there's still plenty of time. Still a long way to go here, even though it is only 110 laps. Still quite a distance here. These guys are going to have to make pit stops at least here. They have those 5 sets of tires, and they also have those 3 fast repairs as well. Probably she's already used one of them up here. But, you know, the way this race is going with the long green flag run we're going here now, if this thing stays green for a long time, it'll be far and fit between there.
All right, for sure there. And the 83 right now coming up, that's Brian Healy trying to get the old Napa Auto Parts, I believe, of the 83 Chevrolet or whatever car seam he's got on those Chevrolet models. They're all the same car, basically, just a little different maker model of the two. I believe that is just a regular Chevrolet model. As you see, Matthew Hofford running the Ford, what is that, the Ford Fusion? Ford Mustang, I guess, if you will. I don't know, you're the car manufacturer dealer. What you should be knowing this.
Yeah, that looks like, it does look like kind of like a Ford. Yeah, it definitely looks like a Ford Mustang, judging by the headlights on that car. So
yeah, about to get the grill too in there. I think you're all right then with that.
Now that 83, on the other hand, that almost looks like maybe that could be a Dodge. It looks like.
Well, if it's a Dodge, then apparently we didn't dodge the caution, because the caution's out for the first time tonight here, folks. First caution of the night. Looks like Joe Nuttleman having a little bit of problems down there. I think that will take us to our PTM instant replay to find out more about this situation. Not sure what exactly happens here, although it looks like turn 4 once again creating a bit of a bug, if you will, for some of the drivers out here. Let's watch coming out.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, definitely turn 4 seems to be a little bit of a trouble here.
Yeah, he spun it right out of turn 4 there. Old Joe couldn't have any grip, and the caution had to come out due to that. So, first caution of night, and maybe came at a better time for those that were falling back behind. I know Joe will definitely appreciate that. I think the throttle probably the same, but nevertheless, here, Sparky, it's early, but so far the drivers are just taking it nice and easy on themselves, and they don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if there's there's like that issue of a common occurrence, like here what we've seen in turn 4 with these cars getting loose off of turn 4 already with Pottle and also with Nuttleman too now. Now that you know that in your head, you kind of try to take it easy coming off of there so you don't go in the grass or have that problem.
Definitely there. It looks like some drivers are going into pit row, which will leave out old Keith Checkmate Taylor and Brian Healy. And it appears Chantel is going to stay out as well. So she'll be back on the lead lap and actually right there with the drivers here as well. So that will make things a little more interesting on her end. The whole field kind of coming around, pacing themselves by. Kathleen Crawford joins us in now, rooting for old Rattlesnake. You were saying, Sparky?
This is an interesting strategy, though, that Keith is staying out on the older tires here. Brian Healy also staying out, and everybody else is pitting. This is quite an interesting strategy here. I'm waiting to see how this pans out.
And for the fans at home wondering what are we talking about here, we put up the pit strategy link right now here up on the spot. You can see every time they go around a lap or two, they will put another marker onto the lap counter, and You can see by judging by the way things have played out, 5 laps less for the throttle there compared to the race leaders, but Cindy the Closer Taylor and all the rest are going to get put up into position. Looks like the throttle's going back in the back here. Oh, it's because she's gone in pit road here. Looks that would make sense. So on this case here, Taylor, Healy are really going to be the two you got to watch out for. Cindy the Closer Taylor didn't go into pit road either, it appears. So that will kind of circumvent some stuff there for him and his sister. So we'll see how that plays out as a green flag will be coming out this next time by. They're going to load him up and get back into position.
Yeah, this is, if you're going to do something like this, if you're going to stay out on old tires or, you know, make a strategy call, this is a good time to do it this early in the race. That way you kind of get an idea if you can pull it off later.
Definitely there. That's one thing I noticed earlier on when I was practicing with these guys and gals and testing the waters a little bit was it's extremely easy to burn tires up quickly, but it's another story to try to keep your speed up as well. So that's why this track is as difficult as it is to manage. It's very difficult to run as well as the green flag flies back on out. A little bit of bumping and banging back there leads to major problems. Chad Lancaster already crashed up on the front straightaway. We have the blimp cam all settled up. Caution's out here. Blimp cam doing its work down there. Caught everything, my friend.
Good camera work. Great camera work.
That's the producers for you. It looks like I finally found a pair that actually know how to do it around here for once in my life.
About time.
No, yeah, you know me as a director. I am a harsh man to begin with, and I do not take any scruff or any scuff for anybody. Looks like out the start, he just did not get a good go of it, and well, he just spun those tires around, took Lancaster, damage up there on the throttle, and unfortunately, Pottle will have some work to do again. Can't seem to catch a break on anything here tonight.
No, it doesn't seem that way, and and that's so hard on the restart. That's why these restarts are so important, especially on a small track like this. Get that field packed up like it is, and somebody misses a shift or spins the tires or anything, and you know all sorts of mayhem can happen. And definitely, that looked like that could have happened right there.
And unless you're in a wrestling federation or anything like that, I don't think you want any kind of mayhem in any kind of series or sport. So just saying there, folks. But nevertheless, they'll get them squared our way around here. Sparky, we got to go to a quick commercial break here and have a little word from our sponsors. But when we come back, we're going to see some more action here from the SLM Series, the Pedal to the Metal Racing League. We're here on PTM Racing TV, live at Thompson. Be right back, folks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's race has been brought to you in part by our good friends over at Maconi Setup Shop. Only the best and fastest setups come from Maconi Setup Shop. Visit up their website at MaconiSetupShop.com to find the right setup for your next race. By Matt Mills Racing Team. Best fitting team out there, a sponsor supporting Pedal to the Metal Racing League this season. And if you want to support Matt Mills Racing Team, visit them up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and check out their shirts and merchandise line on Facebook. By Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts, supplying up the trophies for the season champs. And if you're looking to get the best hardware gift for your next event or picnic gathering or anything like that, visit up www.bobscustomtrophies.com today to see if you can't get yourself a pair of these old bad boys and something maybe a little unique to your style. By SimRacingMerch.com, the perfect way to show your passion for sim racing. By Grid Finder, the best way to find a new league, filter your search by race day or geographical region, gaming, platform, racing, sim, and car class. If you're needing a broadcaster or live designer, search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. By the ButtKicker, best in performance of feeling on real tracks, the virtual world, the ButtKicker, feel what you've been missing. By FEGPC.net. Matching your want with your wallet, FEGPC.net will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. By Brandon Minnick Sim Racing. Be sure to go over his page and support his merchandise and iRacing journey. Thank you again to Brandon Minnick for being a proud supporter of Pedal to the Metal. By Pottlez Wrapz. If you want your vehicle to match your style on the track, visit Pottlez Wrapz for just that. The most affordable designs made at your leisure. And by GreenTech Energy, leading the way in the solar company and solar flare. GreenTech Energy is the natural choice. And Sparky, right now, I think these guys and gals could use a bit of a kick in the butt because right now we're about ready to go green flag racing again, aren't we there, bud?
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. We're about ready to get that green flag out. Here we go. Boogity, boogity. Here we go.
Right down the front straightaway, they'll charge. And Brian Healy, oh, he got a little bit aggressive on that spot. I know he's trying to make a pass early, and Keith Great just put he put a full rear end on that one. Apparently the Rusty's medicated bumper don't work on the front bumpers of 83 around here. He gave him a lick and a half there.
Yeah, Healy is like saying, hey, we got somewhere we got to go here. We got to get going.
Saying we got to get going. Apparently a kick in the butt wasn't what he was expecting. He gave Keith the kick in the butt, but that's not the way that you're supposed to do it around here, the old Healy. And Matthew Hopper, right behind him though. Looks like problems for the rattlesnake. Robert Kahn comes to a screeching halt. Caution down, caution down. Major spin around there at turn 3 into 4, and the old rattlesnake plays victim for this one.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go to that instant replay and take a look and see what happened there.
Apparently I need a new tech guy to make sure we got a title card up saying where we're supposed to go do things around here. There was a huge bump there at turn 3. Say Todd Tufts, Todd just could not back off quick enough. Kahn got the full blunt of that one. We're going to go to another angle of that one here and show you guys what we saw from the other angle of it. You're going to see as they're coming into that turn how hard they're driving in these things and how tight this track is when they're going in those turns. Take a look at this. You can already see Cindy Dakota and Taylor here were right by each other. And Kahn was on the brakes a lot quicker on the outside, but Todd wasn't so much so. And unfortunately, situation played out there, which led to our PTM instant replay there, Sparky.
Yep, absolutely. Looks like it's just another one of those little chain reaction things where one driver reacts and the other one just didn't quite react quick enough.
Apparently not. Pack crowd here tonight here at Thompson Speedway. Of course, this track, it doesn't seem big, but to super late model drivers and also the Whelen Modified, this is probably one of the biggest tracks they run all season long, but it's also a very famous track for a multitude of reasons. This is one of, if not the fastest tracks that any short track driver wants to get on and gets to race. I know there's a Nationals race that comes around here once in a while, and folks always come from the high yards to get up here, but right now tonight they are here to see some pedal to metal action here with 10 drivers out here. And no, this isn't SRX. They're not quite superstars yet, but these are drivers developing and becoming some, if not the toughest drivers to meet at any of the iRacing circuits. They all want to make a name for themselves and try to have a good time doing it.
That is absolutely right. Just keep moving on up every year. This Pedal to Metal Racing League here that we have here for you guys. Tell you what, they just move up to different series every year, and these guys tame each car, no matter what it's trucks, whether it's ARCA, whether it's these super late models, no matter what, these guys know how to put on a show and definitely know how to drive these cars.
The 3 Stocks and Legends Series where we began our journey with not just PTM Racing TV, but also Pedal to Metal Racing League as a whole for iRacing, that is, and that's really where everything's kind of chained in and boiled down to. If there was one thing I could say though about season 1 compared to the other seasons, that it was definitely a test market there, old Sparky. But one thing I really did enjoy though was when they got it going. Honestly, I thought it made for some very interesting races, and those little spin arounds, they meant a lot more than I felt some of these other spins kind of do sometimes, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. That first season was kind of a get your feet wet kind of season. It took a while for everybody to get around get to start doing this iRacing as the pace car is about to duck on in here, and we're about ready to go back to green flag racing.
We are indeed, as the green flag comes back on out. Blip cam showing you what it looks like when they're going off the line through the starts. Green flag's back on out, and immediately on the high outside line. Look at the run, full send out by Hoffer. The 84 Howleen takes over the lead, and a double trouble falls on Keith Checkmate's air this time.
Wow, what a run he did get off that corner. He just shot out of there like a cannon out there, and Cindy followed him up there as well, and they both got around Keith and both put themselves first and second.
Fast time there by Hoffer, managing to pull off a serious run and a half there. His last time was a 20.77 to Cindy Taylor's 20.67. That was a pretty interesting lap there for both of them, but you can see Hoffer right now, though, is getting the better of her and him on that because he is leading the pack. And when you're leading, it really doesn't matter how your times are. It's just a matter of making sure you keep everyone behind you, my friend.
That's right. You either try to look in the rearview mirror or you try not to. Either way, you want to try to keep looking forward as much as you can because you don't want to see what's coming behind you.
Well, right about now, I think Cindy Coulter-Taylor wasn't looking too far behind her, but Keith Checkmate Taylor was looking far enough ahead. He makes a big move around there. But there's Mother Travels there for Joe Nullman. Joker Joe once again out of turn 4 having serious problems. Gets into the wall protection on the infield. He's okay. He's going to back out and running, but I got to believe that's going to hurt his confidence just a little bit here.
See if he can get that back going. Looked like he had a little bit of help there as well. This time he got a little loose off before, and then he had a little bit of help from the 72 car there, Todd Tufts, just a little bit.
So we're going to get a little bit of help. Looks like Keith Checkmate Taylor got a little bit of help from Matthew Hoffer for the lead here. Hoffer going a little too wide, giving it too much breathing room for the old 8, and now the McQueen machine trying to look more like a pro rather than a rookie from the car series as he pounds it away, but Hoffer right back out of the gate just defends it.
Wow, looks like Keith is able to get that run on the bottom. I haven't been able to see too many people do that, but he's been able to hold that bottom, and he's going to stay down there, and he's going to try to fight Hofford out, but Hofford's going to hold it off coming off the corner.
He's going to do everything he can right now as we almost had a 3-wide slip there coming out of turn 2. The onboard camera shows Brian Healy. You can see how tight Keith Checkmate Taylor and Robert Collin are right now. This is some solid racing from these companions, these drivers, but Cindy the Coulter Taylor is now pushing further ahead. She's got a run there on Hoffer as they come out of turn 2, my friend.
Oh my goodness, man, I'm looking back here at Robert Kahn and Keith Taylor, boy, and there was just not a lot of room there. That was close. That could have been trouble, but these guys keep it together as Cindy's now going to try to go for the lead.
Slight bit of damage there on Robert Kahn's right front fender there. We'll see if that comes to be a factor later on, but so far he seems like it's just working to his advantage more than anything. Might have had it opened up enough to where he doesn't have to worry about it kind of closing in, slowing him down too much. And at all that point, it's just breaking it and just keeping it nice and under control.
Yeah, his car looks like a short track car right now with that little bit of damage that he has, but it doesn't seem like it's affecting that car at all. As he's going to try to come up here and take second, and he's got a run going here in this 21.
You had to say something because he just lost it out of turn 2 here. The Checkmate machine now pulls it ahead of him, and this is a solid battle in the top 4 here. Neither one of these drivers giving an inch, and Chantel Throttle Pottle and Brian Healy, they're actually doing quite the same back here, giving a little bit of war as Lee Pottlez Pottle runs in. She's come on, saying, come on, Chantel, get used to that butt kicker and kick their butt. Well, she's kicking one Canadian's butt because Brian Healy just fell back a position from her.
Oh no! Oh, then oh goodness!
What was the goodness about? I lost track of it.
Oh yeah, Healy gave the other Canadian a little shot there.
Well,
but everybody keeps it going.
Caution's out though. I think we're at the stage break here, so that's like the worst time to throw the stage break out though. And all things, I know it's been determined from the driver's meeting they have to do the stage break. But if you're Matthew Hofford, you're thinking, are you serious? Why do I have to stop now? This was getting so good.
Yeah, exactly. It's like why do we need a break now? This stuff's really getting good up here.
It was getting good. It was going great, but now we're gonna have to slow down just a little bit, tone it back away here, and head on down and go ahead and get a little caution restart in. So while we're doing that, letting the drivers get settled in, we're going to go to a quick commercial break and let the drivers take a rest and take a voice break, and we're going to get things settled back in. But when we return, we're finishing this one to the end, folks. Don't go anywhere. It's more action from the Super Late Models of Pedal to the Metal Racing League.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Maconi Setup Shop is trusted by...
Alright, cut back to the show real quick. We had apparently they started to start green a little sooner than we realized here. We're growing green flag racing around here on PTM Racing TV. Back to the show. And out of the gate, looks like Spit Strategy fell back in line quite well there for the throttle. Chantel Bottle, she takes over the race lead, but how long will it be before Keith decides to make a move here?
Uh-oh, we got a car around on the front straightaway. That's Jason Reif in the 54. The Red Bull machine has gone around.
He has indeed, Sparky, and right now there's a battle up for the front here still. Everyone's still desperately in a need or two of getting something going for themselves here as they pace them back around. Still no caution as the inside line. Here comes Keith Checkmate Taylor throwing it in. A little bit of a yellow flag, though. It's been thrown out right before we get to that finish line. Death caution of the night. We're going to go ahead and review that one here, folks. That was, well, it kind of felt kind of rushed there on our end when everything kind of came back out. We were trying to get the commercials in. All of a sudden, the driver's like, nope, let's go racing. I was like, did they not know the realization of what we're trying to do around here? But, what do I know?
That's the thing about live TV. Sometimes it just unexpected sometimes happens.
It can be a real biatch. And I mean beach, not, the other thing.
Oh, that's looks like I see what our caution was for. Looks like there looks like a little bit of a tussle between Mr. Tufts and Mr. Healy over there in turn 1 and 2.
Well, I did not catch that at all here. I guess we're going to have to go back and take a look at this one here, see where that had transpired at, because when I was looking, we were not into that situation yet. So let's go ahead. We showed what happened there to Jason Reif, but it looks like we now have the footage of what happened to the 83 and the 54.
It looks like it was the 83 and the 72.
72, yeah, there was definitely a tussle. Both drivers actually getting tied off and getting spin out. And unfortunately, Todd Tufts kind of got the worst end of that one. But they managed to recover nicely and get things settled back down out there, Sparky.
Yeah, and what a job by Joe Nettleman there in that 4 car. He was able to kind of thread the needle there and not get much damage out of that. Maybe a little nick in the door, but that was pretty much all he got out of that. But he was able to get through that pretty suave there.
He was indeed. Managed to hold out okay here. And, there was one thing we mentioned about that butt kicker earlier. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. Some of these drivers actually, they are running those butt kickers out there. And one of them being either the Gamer 2 or that Sim Kit. And I'll tell you right now, I actually just ordered myself one of those butt kickers. I ordered the Gamer 2 up because I actually have a new play seat coming my way. And hopefully it will finally get me rid of the back pain I feel when I'm broadcasting with the stick and computer chair and all the other fun stuff around here. But got the butt kicker on the way, then got some Club Sport V3 pedals as well, man. And I'm God forbid, I'm excited as it gets. But that's kind of one thing about Irish though, is this sim, it legit can make you do crazy things because it is a hobby. These drivers aren't just racing because they want to enjoy themselves. This is actually a hobby to them. Sometimes this is like their livelihood to enjoy them off of.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially, you always want to get that competitive edge as much as you can, and you always want to be so very comfortable as well when you're racing too. So, always a good thing to have good comfort and also have the, the best equipment that you can have out there, and try to get out there and put your best as the pace car is going to head back in. We'll get back to green.
Bring him out of turn 4 this time. Bye! Get the gap going, get back on the green flag, and they did not even get off the line on that one. Taylor taking a big bump or two off that one. But out of the spot, out of the gate, here comes the throttle. What a charge and a half on the outside, but Robert Kahn just made them both look like they were sitting still that time.
Absolutely. He freaking pulled out the jets and turned on the afterburners there, and he has taken the lead in stride here in that Valvoline, and I believe that is a Pontiac, that he's driving out there.
He's driving a Pontiac around here. He must have watched that Texmore Speedway road course race with Fast and Fun IROC boys when they literally finished at 0.00 seconds. It was literally 10 thousandths of a second, not a thousandth, 10,000th of a second is the only way you determine who won that one.
Oh, and we've got problems in turn 4. Problems in turn 4. We got Joe Nettleman, and it looks like maybe Todd Tufts again. Problems over there. We'll have to see what happened over there.
Caution is coming out, I believe. No, they haven't called for it yet. No one calling word on it. There's the caution. I was waiting for it. So this is going to be interesting to see here. That was a bit of a later caution. I think the race control did not quite understand or see what was going down there. Let's take a look at it here. Well, you can already see right here, those two are already kind of bumping and banging in the turn. And Todd kind of drifts up slightly, and Joker Joe is kind of coming down on him. But Todd ends up tagging Joe. Joe tags him, and Todd gets the worst end of that one. But Joe didn't exactly come out clean either. Todd's having all sorts of problems here tonight. He's just driving it in too quick and too hard, and I think he knows it.
Yeah, that's the way it looked like in there. It looked like the 72 just drove it in there really hard in that corner and just kind of got into Joe there a little bit, and then they just kind of tangled with each other.
Now, we saw right at, we're going to go back to the replay here, but you saw at the front straightaway, Joe was already in trouble. And this is where things get interesting here. So it looks like Joe comes in pretty hot, coming quick. Todd does go in pretty hard as well. Both drivers trying to fight him off, and then unfortunately with Thompson, there's really no grip around there. You better make sure you're watching every line carefully or you're going for a ride. And both drivers unfortunately not seeing eye to eye on that one, so brings out the old caution flag, gets us set back up, and we're going to try to get this race somewhat finished out.
Yeah, it looks like we got about, looks like we got 46 laps to go here, so still some laps on the table here.
Laps on the table, times to fly, game to go. And Harry Johnson's coming in right now, rooting off for the 54. He's talking about Jason Reif, who last week was the shocker of shockers, the surprising upset of the season, in my opinion, so far. Jason Reif in the Red Bull 54 tonight, anyway. He managed to finally pull off his very first career win on the show, and man, I can tell you right now, he was ecstatic from that one. He was waiting so long to finally hear those words that he was the winner, and he can finally put it into victory lane. He's been hunting for it for so long. I think in all honesty, he was just waiting for it, and it finally came to him.
Yeah, it was kind of a unique way how that came to. You all saw it here last week, where he actually stayed out under the last caution with a green-white checker, and was able to hold off those guys that came in and got tires, and was able to just beat them at the line barely to get that win as well. So good job on him, and maybe hopefully he can get number 2 here tonight if he can get back up there with these guys.
I don't think he's going to be pulling any Sonaker treatments around here. That he'll have to try to possibly make a little bit of a different game plan, different strategy, because there's still a long way to go before we can call this one done and over with, as they bring him around out of turn 1 into 2. Next time by out of turn 4, we're going back to racing here, folks. Can the throttle Chantel Bottle be able to take down that dastardly Rattlesnake? Worse to Dick Dastardly himself, the Rattlesnake in the Valvoline Pontiac machine, looking to showcase why Pontiac was good in their time and good in their prime. Just they're not quite here as they should be. But he's still got a lot of kick and fight under that hood, so you know a good old Pontiac will do that as they line him up out of turn 4. Green flag flies back on out. We're underway.
Here we go down into turn 1. Robert Kahn with the lead, but here comes Pottle up on that outside. And again, that outside seems to get the booster as she comes on around, and she's going to take the lead down the back straightaway.
If you start on that outside line on the restarts here, it's almost like a kick and a boost, almost like you got some steroids put into that car and get a nice little jump off it, because you have the firm grip on the outside. You have all that momentum to slingshot off of and just bring it straight back down. The only downside is if you're on the outside line, you have to set that turn up perfectly, or the bottom line can drift up and get you. But it doesn't seem Khan's getting any of that help right now. In the back of the pack right now, Cindy the Closer Taylor going to war here with Chad Lancaster, trying to make a move or two. As Lancaster, despite the damage up on that old Shark tank number 22, it seems like the old fins are still working on the old C machine.
So that's also one of the very unique paint schemes I see out here, with the nice little, I guess you call like aqua or teal numbers on that car, and kind of like the peach colored car there. It's kind of a unique paint scheme. It kind of stands out.
I think it stands okay as long as he's not going under the sea, under the sea. And now I'm probably going to get copyrighted by you-know-who around here, as we got more trouble there at turn 2. Once again, I think we might have to call this the J&J wreck situation, because Jeffrey Todd Tufts and Joker Nuttleman are both crashed on turn 2. Caution flag is finally out.
Oh, no, not them again.
Sparky, did you put them up to this to pull a Sonaker around these guys tonight?
No, not that I know of.
Well, that's the worst no I've ever heard in my life, for being a sarcastic little one you are. But let's see what happened here. Looks like coming out of turn 1, looks like Joe just barely caught the rear end of Todd there. I'm not sure if doesn't look intentional by any means, but I mean, with what those two were doing earlier, it's hard to say. But we'll see. Look here, another look on the replay here. We're going to go to the cockpit view this time with Joker Joe and see what he saw in that car. Watch it go down that front straightaway. You can see that yellow lights flashed in there. That means he's hard charging it. Looks like Todd, Todd just slowed down a lot there on the outside. He was trying to set it up, and Joe, unfortunately just had no time and unfortunately tagged him. Definitely not on purpose by any means, but unfortunately, trouble is a brewing there. That will slow them up just a little bit as we bring back the caution in. It looks like Joe has decided to park it for the night.
Now that's a very unfortunate there. That looked like, like I said, it looked like very, very, very light contact. Didn't really even look that intentional there, but yeah, it does look like that. Maybe the 4 car has decided to put it behind the wall tonight. That's an unfortunate thing for old Joe there. Yeah,
that definitely is indeed. You never want to see a driver just get out and quit like that. I mean, I know Nuttleman, great guy though. I mean, he doesn't mean any disrespect to any drivers and didn't mean to do anything that would happen with Todd Tufts there. We all know that too well. He's a good kid, good driver. Unfortunately, I don't think this was a track for him tonight and how he was feeling. So, but hey, I mean, at the end of the day, we got to finish the race somehow. You got to keep going to the end, and for him, unfortunately, it's not going to be that night. So we'll see how it plays down with only 9 drivers on the field. But again, this is a short track, so you never know too well if you had like 2 or 3, much less 9. So I'll be honest with you, I have seen 20 drivers on this track before here, Sparky, and I can tell you right now, I don't know how on God's green earth they're able to hold that kind of stuff, but they managed to pull off some great racing there when they were around. Yeah, absolutely, because it just seems like when you increase the field size, it just seems like you got more room for error here, but some guys, you get 20, 25, maybe even 30 cars out here, and some guys can put on a really good show, and that just shows very good discipline for them guys and probably pretty good patience too. You got to remember, a lot of times out here, folks, these drivers are literally either still figuring out iRacing, haven't been here for have been maybe for over a year to less than a year, and that's about it. That's like how much experience these guys and gals have, and the fact that they're able to hold on to their lines, hold on to their expertise, and really give everything they can just goes to show you what kind of driving maneuverability everybody does. But around here, this is where the big games come to play, and this is where the drivers try to fight their way to a championship win and a series win. But right now, we are getting set up at a turn 2 to get back to the green flag action here. They will ring them down, charging them away, and we're going to see this one get back to the action here in a minute. Yep, we're getting ready there goes the pace car. It's headed back on in. We're getting ready to unfurl that green flag one more time. They're going to throw it right here now off the restart. The rattlesnake will get a big jump in position, but can the throttle hold off that outside line push? Not this time. She ain't. Right behind him, Matthew Hofford and Brian Healy falling right in line with her. Healy going to the inside there of Hofford, making for a charge and a half here. Jason Rife into the wall protection. He goes, keeps it up there and stays out of the way of the drivers. Hey, good job of keeping it up out of the way there. Good job of holding it together as they go down into turn 1 and 2 yet again. Back out of turn 2, Matthew Hofford there trying to make a jump on Brian Healy, and they are on their game, on their toes, but it looks like Chad Lancaster has a thing or two for Keith Checkmates Ayler, despite the fact being the #1 qualifier right now, way back in the field due to his pit strategy and his strategy there. Well, there's major problems there for Brian Healy. He has spun out on the front straightaway. Caution's out. He heads into the infield. Apparently, he likes to open up his own lawn care service around here, Sparky. Well, that lawn care service is going to make a lot of money here this week. I tell you, I've seen more cars down there than I've seen down there in quite some time. Well, if you're living in the Iowa district, it's literally getting to that point as well. It's starting to pull off a little bit. Let's see what happens here
look
coming out of turn 4 here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like Healy just kind of, oh, no, actually the throttle. Chantel ended up sticking the rear end in there, and I know she's got a butt kicker on that thing, but I don't think she was told that you're not supposed to butt kick someone out of the way just to keep someone off your tail. But obviously, by no means was that intentional. That was just getting a little too close and personal, and unfortunately, just had nowhere to go once you got that little bump in there.
Yeah, that almost looked like, I hate to use this, but as a hockey term, that was more like a slap shot into that 83 off the corner. That was just a little whack there. That's just kind of like in that blind spot area, though. It's really hard to see right in that area there, and it's just 2 cars was right there in that spot, and, you know, just a little smack, and there he went down into the grass.
We're sure there. Well, folks, before we finish this one out, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break and give one more word to our sponsors, but don't go anywhere. When we return, the main event will be finished out, and coming up soon, Dirt Street Stocks are coming your way at Chili Bowl. We'll get more into that in just a little bit. Right now, though, we're with PTM in the SLM Series.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Maconi Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at Maconi Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, Maconi Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to MaconiSetupShop.com and learn why Maconi Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here right now, the live feed back onto the show here. Drivers are about ready to come down out of turn 3 and 4 and then double file up for the restart here. They will settle themselves down into the pace, into position, and get them ready to go for another hard run of clean, action-packed racing here. So much on the line for these drivers. Massive points needed to get further into the series because with the way these things come out, man, there is not a lot of time left when it comes to that spot to get the top spot at the end of the season.
Yep, absolutely. Definitely running out of time, running out of races. Got to get every spot you can at this point. And looks like we have a little bit of strategy here, too, as they're getting lined up here. A couple of cars that came down pit road, including our leader, Robert Kahn. He's going to restart in 6th position. A couple cars decided to stay out. We'll see how the strategy goes here.
Tires. Oh, go ahead.
As we're about ready to get that green flag one more time here.
We are indeed. Here we go. Down the front straightaway we go, back at it. And once again, it's going to be a bit of an edge there to Brian Healy because he gets the outside line, but not this time. Cindy with a defensive block on him. Oh,
we got trouble.
Big wreck. Crash out at turn 2. Major problems. Chad Lancaster involved. Robert Kahn involved. Two drivers spelled out of turn 2. Major issues there, nowhere to go, and now we're going once again to the old PTM instant replay. This short track racing, man, I think might have got to the heads. I think they're still thinking they're running on Texas Speedway, my friend.
Yeah, I think they're going to run. Well, they don't use VHS tapes anymore, but I was about to say, about run out of tape on that replay. All these replays we're having tonight.
What do you mean I run out of tapes around here? I might have a few tapes left in the stock hole. You got to give me a credit and a little bit of a break. Anyway, coming down that back straightaway, looks out of turn 2's exit. Looked like Chantel throttle Pottle him, tagging Robert Kahn, which made him spin, but that was due to the fact that Keith Checkmate Taylor checked up and Robert Kahn was trying not to check into him. And you can see right there, both drivers just tagged in hard, and Kahn actually, to be honest with you, I think both drivers actually kind of came out a lot cleaner than I think they realized there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that just looked like a chain reaction thing. I looked like it all started in turn 1 and 2 when the 83 had to kind of check up a little bit so he didn't get in the back of Cindy there, and it kind of just accordion effect on back to the cars in the back, and that's when all mayhem started breaking loose there.
It did indeed. Right now, currently lead Pottlez Wrapz saying, "Let's go 5, slow and steady, and Sneaky wins the race." Stanley Chadwick saying the gloves are about to come off. LOL. Yeah. Right about now, I think the gloves have already been off if you haven't already got them off, because we only got about 20 laps or so left and around on short tracks. That's like 10 laps to go on a super speedway.
Yeah, the gloves are off, and soon the shoes will be off too if this keeps going.
At this point, I might need another nerd glove to fit like around to what O.J. Simpson said. What was that old saying? And we're not saying on camera, Sparky. If you say it, I'm going to kill you. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say that after I mentioned that part. Where we're all going, I'm going straight to hell for that comment. I already know it.
I plead the fifth.
All jokes aside, we are not trying to insinuate anything by any means, folks. Do not come after us. It's all just comedy. All right, so we're going to bring him down the back straightaway here before the comment section goes and kills me here. We're going to get settled back in. Keith Checkmate Taylor will have the inside row on third spot. Brian Healy is going to get one more chance at the outside to get a spot up on Cindy the Closer Taylor. And in all honesty, if I'm Brian, after what I saw there, I'm now feeling a lot more comfortable and more strength in my car to actually make a move off him if I get it going.
I think he can. I think so far it seems like on these restarts, it seems like that outside line, if you can drive it off in there good enough, you got enough grip on that outside that you can make that run coming off of turn 2. I think if he sets it up just right, I think he can get alongside Cindy coming off there and make a good run down the back straight and get around her, just like you've seen others like Robert Kahn and even Matthew Hofferton at 84 has done also.
The ultimate question is, will they be able to get it done and get it going here as they line them back up in position, waiting for the green flag to come on out. Pace cars coming off out of turn 4. Healy trying to set himself up. Cindy trying to do the same. They're right there with it. Brian trying to get a jump start, waiting for the green. The green flag flies back on out.
Here we go, down into turn 1, side by side, door handle to door handle. A little bit of a bump, but nothing too bad. Oh, Healy gives Cindy a bump. Oh!
Gave more than just a bump. He was trying to hold her down out of turn 1 too. You saw that carefully. He was trying to defend her off, trying to keep her in. Right down the bottom he goes now. That's no man's land though. If Cindy can get a good jump on that outside line here, Healy.
Yep, and that's exactly what happened there. She goes right off of turn 2, and she is going to go away.
Goes away quicker than most of my relationships in real life do around here as the 5 of Chantal Throttle Pottle makes a move there out of turn 4 here. Got Keith Checkmate Taylor in her sights here.
Yes, indeed. Up over here in turns 1 and 2. Chantal up on the outside of Keith Taylor coming off turn 2. Keith has been one of the very few cars, again, that's been able to kind of hold that bottom line, unlike others here. So, oh, here comes Jason Rafe into the picture there in that 54. He's going to try to get up on the outside of Taylor as well.
You know, I always said there's a broadcast curse that usually runs around here. Apparently you threw it on Keith Checkmate Taylor now, because every time you're talking good about him, he falls back a bit.
Yeah, it just seems that way tonight. Poor guy's been started up front, was leading early on, and now he's hasn't just been able to get back up there.
Hasn't been able to get back up there, hasn't been able to quite get anything going. Matthew Hopper in the wall protection on the front straightaway. Manages to save it, nicely done, but Jason Rife's going to get a gift from him. Or is he? Both drivers skating right back on the inside, but Rife is going for a spin. He's gone. He's gone. He drove it in too hard, a little too tight, and unfortunately had no breathing room to go. The throttle Chantal Pottle, man, talk about charging this one to the front. She has literally got the 83 of Brian Healy in her sights. I'm not sure what kind of adjustment she finally made to those new pedals apparently. But apparently she's also got a butt kicker working in there, so that definitely ups her out a bit. But let the fellow Canadian Brian Healy maybe give him a little bit of payback for earlier in that turn 3 with putting that rear end into her front.
One slap shot deserves another on that one.
Well, I guess so. Apparently around here, Cindy the Closer Taylor right now is just running away from the field. You can see on the onboard camera how far she is from the field right now. No room for error here. She's just got to stay focused and stay in the corner. Hoffer right now desperately trying to fight that car off. The damage on the right side tremendously bad on his end here. It is hurting him big time. As we go back to the corner here. Oh, Healy out of the back straightaway into the wall protection. And I don't know if the throttle got a little bit of him there or not. Didn't look like it, but they were tight as can be on that backstretch, Sparky.
Oh my goodness, yeah, some tight racing there. They've been banging doors quite a bit here a little bit, so it wouldn't surprise me too much, but even if there wasn't no contact, still just a little shot in the wall there, and boy, these guys are trying to knock the wall down here in the last couple laps.
Apparently they're thinking those guardrails are still like the 1980s to the 70s, where they literally had those things as literally like guardrails or railroad tracks, if you will. But that doesn't work around here, folks. You're not going into the ditch or the infield just because you want to. You got to stay in the track and actually run around here. Healy is fighting that car off, and that's why he's going to the infield. Grass opens his own lawn car service. Hoffert managing to hold off at a 3-wide slip there at a turn 4 with Todd and Hoffert. And Todd's going to make a big jump into 4th here.
Oh, and there goes Taylor up into the wall. Keith Taylor up into the wall in turn 1.
He's in the wall out of turn 1, but back up to the front. Second place right now has a battle in position. The Throttle versus the Rattlesnake. These two know each other too well. The wars they've raised on Heat 3 to Heat 4. It's far and beyond one of the best things that ever came about from Pedal to Metal. But right now, this is a full-on send-off charge between these two drivers.
Absolutely. Right here at the old Thompson Speedway, and we got the old rivalry firing up again.
I remember these two going to war at my home track, Iowa Speedway, back on Heat 4. That was one of the first races I ever called. I still remember it quite well. I believe it was the Throttle that got the better of everybody that night. But, man, Robert Kahn definitely came up and gave her a little bit of a nudge or two, saying, hey, I'm still here there, sweetie. Moving around out of turn 3. Here comes out of turn 4. It's still a battle between these for 2. And Keith Checkmate Taylor and Todd Tufts are battling back there as well there, Sparky.
Yep, I'm looking back here at Todd Tufts right now and Taylor. Taylor trying to get back some of those positions he's lost. He's going to try the outside on Tufts coming off of turn 2, side by side down the back straightaway. He will make the pass going into turn 3.
Or will he's going up high, no man's land territory. Todd, though, not able to capitalize. Keith Checkmate Taylor moves back into 6th spot and back up to the front right now. The Throttle a little bit in trouble as Robert the Rattlesnake on finally gets around her there for takeover 2nd. But it is not over yet, folks. We still got 5 laps remaining as Cindy just now comes across the stripe to initiate 4 to go.
Yep, Cindy right now with a pretty good pace here, about a 3.5 second lead over the rest of the field here. So pretty much all she's got to do is just hit her marks, keep that car forward, and she's pretty much got this one.
I guess you could say there's a reason why we call her the closer around here. She's only got 3 left to go, and she is flying high, charging this one to the end. Pacing back down around the front straightaway here, Brian Healy and Matthew Hoffer going one more time around for a little battle and a half here. In the comment section before we get back to it, Janet Healy saying bring it home, Chantel, and Lee Buttister still talking about how good that butt kicker's working for her. It's doing her some good, I'll say, but right now the battle is between Brian and Hoffer as the laps wind down to the final 2 green flags out.
Yep, still that battle going on between Hofford and Healy, and also Keith Taylor has now caught them. Oh, he's going to try to stick it down in the grass. Nope, not quite.
3-wide slip there in that turn. Couldn't quite get it to stick. Brian falls back a little bit. Hofford on the game, on the zone. White flag is out, though, for the closer, Cindy Taylor. She just needs 2 more good turns already, but the frustrated with these two just will not leave each other alone, will they?
No, they will not. This is quite the battle here. Oh, a little tap there. Hofford's around.
Healy gets him there, but coming out of turn 4, Cindy the closer Taylor lives up to the nickname. She closes out here at Thompson. And a disappointing finish there for Matthew Hofford. Ends up being spun around there by old Brian Healy. And that right there just kind of sealed his fate. And tough break there for the Hoffer camp, man.
Yeah, very, very tough break there. Boy, I never thought I'd get that all wound up about a battle for 4th there at the end of the race.
You always get wound up around here for these things. That's why I love having you in the booth. At the same time, you're a blessing and a curse when I have to deal with you off the track.
Of course.
Well, there she is, ladies and gentlemen, your forward performance number 7. Cindy, the closer, Taylor, living up to the nickname. She once again puts in victory lane. And folks, it was only 2 seasons ago. She never won on PTM Racing TV. I think she's literally got more wins than she actually has points-wise right now. She is just dominating the series as a whole. It seems like nothing has stopped her as of late.
Again, like I said last week, that girl is on fire.
The only difference is I don't want you singing anything from Shakia Keys or whatever the heck her name is on that song, please and thank you. Anyway, let's get the final race
No
results.
no karaoke. No.
Okay, good. Please leave it at that. I don't want to hear it ever again. Anyway, Cindy the Closer Taylor is your race winner here tonight. Second goes to Robert the Rattlesnake on. Third goes to Chantel the Throttle Bottle. Fourth to Brian Healy. Fifth to Keith Checkmate Taylor. Sixth to Jeffrey Todd Tuff. Seventh Chad Lancaster. Eighth to Jason Reif. Ninth to Matthew Hoffer. And then Joker Joe Nuttleman and finishing out 10th to round out the field. Top 3 in victory lane. And, oh boy, that was a finish and a half if I ever saw one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Cindy just kind of checked out after that last restart, and then that intense battle between Con and Pottle for second spot there for the longest time, and then that Healy, Hofford, and Keith Taylor battle there at the end was just intense.
Your top 5 now on the scoreboard here. Chantel taking home third, though. Looks like she will not be joining us here in the broadcast booth for a little commenting on that one. We know Cindy the Closer Taylor will not, but we do know Robert Kahn probably is hanging around somewhere. We'll give him a minute or two to come out from his hiding hole in his little rattlesnake cave. But we'll give a little word to Cindy the Closer Taylor. Congratulations once again on your victory here tonight, and well deserved for a long haul there you got there on that last restart, to say the least. Now we just wait for the old rattlesnake and see if he wants to have a word with us here tonight, Sparky.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a little visit from Mr. Robert Kahn here tonight.
And he has indeed. So he joins us now in the booth here, and the rattlesnake comes out, and Robert Kahn coming home with the second place finish here tonight. Get the cigar and smoke out, my friend. You got second out of this one.
Yeah, it was a fun race. I had to come back to the pack a couple times, but it's hard to pass that track. The high line's the preferred line, so. But fun race all in all.
For sure there. With the way Chantel was driving you there, what's one thing you might have done a little different or try to change up from later on?
You know what? I wouldn't change anything up. I mean, if you get any more aggressive, then you're going to get in the back of somebody or scrub up and hit them. So you just race people how they race you. You don't, I wouldn't change a thing. Second place is cool. Want to win, of course, but I'll take a second place.
For sure there. Obviously coming away with the spot here tonight. Who do you want to thank here for this finish, my friend?
Thank you guys for broadcasting. You guys do a hell of a job. All the sponsors we have on board this year, they're great. And that's it. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Hope that was a good show for everybody.
Thank you for your time, Robert Kahn. Congratulations on your second place finish, bud.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rattlesnake, Robert Kahn getting home with second. We've gone ahead and done our third, second, and first now. So, Sparky, you know what time it is. We got to close it out, sadly.
I know. It's the most disappointing time of the night to go ahead and close it out. But again, another fantastic finish, just like last week. Just good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff indeed. And the chat real quick before we go. Thank you again to Stanley, Lee, Janet, and everybody that tuned on in. Janet saying real quick, I guess I should have been cheering for Brian. Haha. Well, I presume his last name, I was presuming Brian was related to you there, but Lee Puster, Paul, I think we all know who you're related to, but great job to Chantel, and obviously a great job on everybody tonight. Great racing all around. That was some pretty good stuff for a short track, but nevertheless, Sparky, we got it in somewhere, so I think we need to give a little word to our sponsors here tonight. Apparently he doesn't want to cut me off, so I'll just go ahead and say everything here. Maconi Staff Shop, Matt Mills Racing Team, Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts, SimRacingMerch.com, GridFinder.com, the ButtKicker, Ford Entertainment Group PC or FEGPC.net, Brandon Minnick Sim Racing, Pottlez Wrapz, and of course GreenTech Energy. Thank you again to everybody and your love and support you brought to the show. Sparky, been a pleasure to run with you here again, man. We will catch you guys next time here on the show when we fly the green flag. But we've got one more special event coming your way. If you love dirt track racing, how about this? 10 drivers at Chili Bowl in dirt street stocks. You don't want to miss it. It's the All-Stars race for Mississippi Dirt. It's coming your way next. We'll see you here in just a little bit, folks.